Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on the purchase of your Keystone Alpine 3010 RE rear entertainment fifth wheel. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things taken into consideration when parking. On your campsite, you're going to have definitely leave room for your slide to come in and out, but you've also got a big awning on this side. Then over on your off campsite, besides your slides, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power is going to plug in all the way back on the rear corner on your driver's side of your tow vehicle, right here in this corner here. And then your water connection is going to be in this docking station up here toward the front of your unit on your off campsite or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, we're going to unhook a hitch. Your auto leveling system. To the right of your docking station is going to be your auto leveling system. We're going to turn that on. It's going to say ready, jacks up. We're going to hit front. And then you can raise or lower your front jacks to get your unit off. Once your unit's off, pull it completely away from the unit and hit auto level. That's going to gauge your auto leveling system. And your landing legs are going to move around till this whole unit is level and stable. Once it is, you're going to hear this beep. Once our unit's level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. On the rear corner, on your off camp side, your driver's side of your tow vehicle, there's going to be a big long 50 amp cord. At the end of that 50 amp, should you need to plug into a 30 somewhere, we give you a dog bone in your convenience pack. You can go to 50 to 30. And if you need to plug into a 110 somewhere, there's a 30 to 15 reducer you can throw on the end of that to plug into a 110. Got your power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. Pretty easy docking station here. At the campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. We're going to put both city water and fresh water in here. What's going to matter is the way that this is pointed. So, at campsites, we are going to turn this all the way around to city water connect. So city right underneath here. What's that set of city? First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protect the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting fluid in here because you don't know what the water is at different campsites, and this has a 100% max. So hook that up there, hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Come on over here to your hot water heater. This will lift right up off here. Easier with two hands, but all we're gonna do at this point, put our drain plug back in. Throw some plumber's tape around that, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Get your rod and plug back in there nice and tight. I believe that's 1 1/8 inches. Once that's in there snug, you can go ahead and turn on your water. After your water's been on for a minute, you can go inside and deploy your slides. What I need you to do is get inside and open up all of your water taps. Once you get all the air out of the lines, nice steady flow of water, go ahead and turn all them off, and then you can turn on this hot water heater from indoors. There is an on-off electric element right here. The only time you ever want to turn this on here is if you're hooked up to 110. Now let's say we want to go camping and we're not going to use city water. We're going to go dry camping somewhere. In that case, you have a two-step process. You're going to start by turning this to tank. You're going to fill up water here with your hose. Two ways to tell when this is full. There is an overflow valve right here. The way to tell when this is full is go to the inside, and where you can check the levels of your battery and black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Keep an eye on that until this is full. Once this is full, go ahead and remove that hose, and then when you're going to turn from tank to normal, and then whenever you want to use that potable water, you would turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to city water. That's already pressurized. All right, we're all set up with power and water. Let me walk you around the rest of the outside of the units. Continuing here in the docking station, cable and satellite hook up here, A110. That's your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when we dump our tanks. Again, your water connections. Over here is your hot water bypass. It is set to on right now because your unit is winterized. You have a hot and cold spray port here with a hose on it. Here's where you dump your black and gray tanks, and your extra gray tank here, and your low point drains. Continuing outside here, again, your auto leveling system. All your instructions on different ways to use this system are here. Here's a flue for your furnace. Two things on that: make sure it's never blocked, and if you are running your furnace, steer clear of it. It does get hot. Here's your hot water heater again. Down here is where we'll dump our black tanks. On the back of your slide here is access to the back of your fridge for technicians, and that is a vent for your microwave. Come around the back corner again, your power. You've got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there and check the seams of your roof a couple times a year. Look for drying and cracking, and repair with recommended RV roofing caulk. On your slides, you want to add to the longevity of the life of these wipers or seals. They have a spray that you can spray on them, keeps them nice and pliable. You can purchase that from our store. Not much to talk about on your campsite, except your big storage here. Your battery posts, check them every now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose over time. Your hydraulic system for your slides. Your big front storage area. And that lastly brings us around to our propane tanks. They are on a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty loosey to open. That about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look on the inside. Alright, coming up inside the unit, first thing I like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway. Coming up inside our unit, unlatch your door here. Let me show you this a whole bit back here. Continuing up in here, get this big closet area here. We'll open that up and find several controls. So up here is your slide control. That'll handle all of your hydraulic slides. We'll run them back in when we're done. This is your fan down there. Here's your awning in and out. I'll run that out here in just a moment. I'll start running it out as I talk about your control center here. To test everything, hit test. That'll show when your fresh water is full. Black and gray holding tanks. Here's where you turn on your water pump. Over here's where you turn on your water heater. Up here is where you turn on your fan above your kitchen, and it says to open the vent first. So hit raise, get it opened up a little bit, and hit on. Or you can open it up all the way. Just make sure it says to open it up before you turn it on. Down here is a lot of lighting, indoor and outdoor. Gonna run your awning out here. I'm gonna show you on your awning. You're only going to want to run that out until your flat falls down to 90 degrees and then stop. We'll run that back in. Hold this door open as it's coming in. Big long awning. So it covers everything in here. Close this up. want to show you on the side of your island down here is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention this 12-volt is always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping, boondocking somewhere, make sure you disconnect the battery before leaving for a whole day, or this will run your battery down. Continuing in the kitchen, self-explanatory microwave, has a light and a fan, high and low fan, cover for all of your cooktop. See if I can fold this up with one hand. It makes a nice backsplash there. So you will turn these to light, hit your spark when your gas is on, this will light. Your oven does have a pilot light, push and hold while lighting that below. She put this top down for travel. Coming over to your Dometic fridge, we're going to open it up. Inside your right side freezer is going to be your controls. Your readout is going to be out here. So we're going to turn this on. Oh, here's your temperature. As you see, the dot is on auto. Auto means when you're plugged in, it's running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, it'll go to gas. Or you can switch it strictly to gas. And over here, you can change the temperature. 1 through 5, 5 being the coldest. A nice recliner in the living room. More lighting up there. Your entertainment center here. Turn your TV on. You do have a safety strap for travel to strap your TV in here. Make sure it doesn't bounce all over the place going down the road. Nice Bose speaker down below here.
He's not my...
Fireplace. Not just for looks anymore. Pull this metal cover forward. Turn everything on. So if it's chilly in here in the morning or evening, instead of using up your gas, go ahead and turn this heat on in here. Close that up, and this will get it toasting in here in no time. It cranks out quite a bit of heat, and it'll save you some of your gas. You got a sofa there, a couple fold-up chairs for your dinette, lots of paperwork. Underneath your sink, some plumbing to maintain. Keep an eye on it. You are bouncing a house down the road. Underneath the cabinet with your control center, down on the bottom is going to be an access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Got a ton of 15s in there, a couple 20s. Highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Coming up the hallway, some lighting and our thermostat. Turn that on. Let's change our mode to, try to find AC here. Mode cool. Crank our AC up. There it goes. I'm going to shut the AC off. Go to off here. That will shut off rather quickly. And then you'll notice when I turn your furnace on, change our mode to furnace. Turn our temperature up over here. That's a kick on. Anyway, you'll notice when I shut your furnace off that the furnace fan tends to take a couple more minutes, there it goes, to cycle through before they shut off. So dual zoned, you can run everything from here. Coming into your bathroom, yes, you have a sprayer on your toilet. In your shower, you want to make sure that this shower door is secure, open for travel. Bathroom door to the bedroom as well. Make sure that this is snapped open. In your bedroom here, another TV, washer and dryer, smoke alarm. Underneath the bed, some storage. On your closets, you want to make sure that these are snapped closed on both ends for travel. When you arrive at the campsite, crank this antenna all the way up to the right. That'll raise your antenna. And that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I like to start by going through and shutting off all my interior lights. In your bedroom before leaving it, make sure nothing's going to impede the slide from coming in and that the doors on this dresser are closed. Come to my control panel. Shut off as many lights as I can here. And then I can look around and see any individual lights I need to walk through and shut off. All the lights are off in the unit. Come back over and turn on a few interior lights that you can control from the control panel. And I'm going to say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed, secure, and ready for travel. Nothing's going to impede your slides from coming in, especially here in the kitchen. Make sure all of these are closed up. Come to your control and hit slide in. Probably going to start bringing your bedroom in first. Then I'll bring in all the ones in here. Make sure your TV is tucked back. So we're going to clean your unit up, so we'll make sure your TV gets strapped in for travel. Bring our last slide in. Once some slides in, come back in here, shut off all of our lights, close our doors, and exit our unit. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door, lift and turn your handle. At this point, we're going to unhook our power, our water, and our cable. Don't worry, your battery will control your slide system. Your auto leveling system, I mean. We're going to come back in here. We're going to turn this back on. We're going to go ahead and put retract. The retract is going to bring up all of the auto leveling system. Once that's done, you're going to go ahead and put this back to front. Raise or lower your front to set it to put your tow vehicle on. Hook up your hitch and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be right in front of your tires on your off camp side. You got 10-foot hose. Hook that up there. We're going to come up here and we're going to pull this black tank. That black tank's going to be your sewer. While that's dumping, we're going to go ahead and open up these low point drains. Once it sounds like that's no longer dumping, or you go inside your unit and check your panel, which you can with the slides closed. Looks like it's empty. Leave that black handle open. Again, grab your water pressure regulator, and we're going to hook up to this sewer tank flush. Grab the hose at the dump station, hook that up there, and let that run for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, close that back up, move the hose, make sure all that drain water that you just put in there to wash out has drained, and then close your black handle. Next, pull this gray tank here. When that one's done, close that one and pull this gray tank. Now they're going to be cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. That's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. Take that sewage hose and sanitarily and conveniently store it right in your sewage hose holder right here. After these low point drains are done, we're going to come back over to our hot water heater. We're going to lift up on our pressure release valve. That's going to drain the remainder of your hot water out of there. Be careful, it is hot. When that's done, make sure you push that back down, otherwise your door won't go back on. And then you can pull this low drain. You turn your door back on and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase Hope you enjoy this Alpine for many years to come. Happy camping.